Alright guys, you're in for a treat. This next guy, this is the first time he's ever done it up here in Bellingen. So make him feel welcome, give him a lot of love. Please welcome Johnny Strickler.
Strickler!
Hey everybody. Hey, hello. I've been called verse before by my mum. That's alright. Look, I just want to shout out to Scott and the Bellingen Brewery for creating a safe and supportive environment so we can do our therapy. It's really good for me. It's free therapy, right? I just want to set some expectations, a little bit about me. I've been doing this for about 6 months. This is actually the 29th time that I've done open mic stand-up, so yeah, go me. Yeah, and at 5 minutes a set, I've now got 2 hours and 25 minutes worth of experience.
Well,
And while I was reflecting on this newfound success that I've achieved, it got me thinking about the 10,000 hour rule. Has anyone heard that? Where you can master a skill in 10,000 hours practice. Yeah, so I did the math, and I didn't do the math. It's not worth doing the math. I'm not going to get there. And the rate I'm going, it's 1 minute a set. It's going to be about 2,500 years before I reach the 10,000 hour rule of that practice. But look, I'm at that stage of life where I just simply don't care. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what people think about me. And I thought stand-up comedy is really good for that. Because nothing says I don't care while I'm standing up here with a microphone in my hand, begging for laughs and applause and validation from a room full of total strangers. So yeah, that worked. Yeah, go me. Look, there's 3 things I won't talk about in my stand-up set. I won't talk about sex.
Good.
I won't talk about war, and I won't talk about politics.
Right.
But speaking of marriage, you guys are aware of those afterpay programs that you can do? They're really easy. And I was walking past a jeweler the other day, and this is no word of a lie, and in the window there was a big poster, and it said, "Propose now, pay later." Right? It writes itself. No, I'm serious. It's the most honest bit of advertising I've ever seen, right? If you can't afford an engagement ring, you cannot afford to get married, and you definitely can't afford to get divorced. That's for sure. Yeah, I've been divorced for a few years now, and I'm still paying for it, right? Yes, I did get divorced recently. I also lost my job around the same time. Things were pretty bleak for a while. Hit rock bottom, and I thought it was actually a really good opportunity to reinvent myself and start again. So I did some creative things that I'd never done before. So I learned the guitar, and I was feeling really, really good. Any guitar players out there? Yep. I did some acting classes as well, and I was getting my confidence back. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do stand-up comedy. Here I am doing stand-up. And to be honest with you, I never thought I'd be scraping the bottom of the barrel again. But there we go, right? On top of that, just had to put my mum into a nursing home. She's got dementia. Seems to be a bit of a theme tonight. My mum's got dementia, but that's fine. She's doing well. I go and see her every now and then. But it's great because I've actually been testing my material on her. Which is great, because you only need 3 jokes, finish the 3rd one, and you just go back to the first one. That's awesome. And the nursing home have actually invited me in to do a weekly hour set. Yeah, right? And I'm going to do it, right? Because I reckon I've got a good solid 5 minutes worth of material. we've also been going through my mum's will recently as well, because you've got to be ready for all this sort of stuff. And I was starting to get a little bit emotional because it just dawned on me that it wouldn't be long before I had to say goodbye to full-time work. Go, Mum.
Go, Mum.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm not a deadbeat. I don't want my mum to die, right? There's so much material there yet to be explored, and I'm just getting started, right? So just say a lot of good one, Mum. But parents, right? They're constantly trying to instill their beliefs and values and ideologies onto you. Is that right? Yeah. And I'll never forget from a very young age, my father, he would constantly ram it down my throat what I now know to be a gag ball. No, a bit left field, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, a gag ball, you can actually find in a set, along with handcuffs, a whip, and a blindfold, if you're lucky. That came out every now and then, so go, Dad. You can't be Dad. But look, no, seriously, Dad had this saying growing up, and the saying was, you don't have to like it, just think of the money. And it just became this mantra. And Mum would say it, my sister would say it, and I would be working jobs I didn't like just for the money. And now that I'm doing all these creative things, I've been keeping my mum up to date with the stuff that I've been doing. So I went in and played a song for my mum on the guitar, and she said, oh, that's lovely, dear, but can you make money from that? And I said, Mum, it's not about the money. Anyway, Mum came along and saw one of my plays as well. And she came up after me and says, you were great, darling. Can you make money from that? And I said, Mum, how many times do I have to tell you it's not about the money? And now that I'm doing stand-up, you guessed it, right on cue. That's lovely, dear, but can you make money from that? And I said, Mum, how many times do I have to tell you, stop being so shallow? It's about the validation and the applause and the laughs and the room full of total strangers.
Yeah.
And the fame, if that comes with it as well. I recently came across a book. Has anyone come across that book called Radical Honesty? It was a book written in the 90s. It's actually a real book. It was written in the 90s by a psychoanalyst. And the whole thing behind the book is that a lot of our stress and anxiety comes from lying. And even the little white lies that we tell people just to keep people happy. And apparently, this book says if you are radically or brutally honest all the time, so you tell the truth all the time, it reduces your stress and anxiety. And I thought, this is great, new me, I'm going to give this a go and I'm going to start being radically honest. And you'd be glad to know that my mental health has significantly improved. So yeah, go me. Yeah, awesome. However, I've lost all my friends. I keep getting fired, and none of the family will speak to me anymore, except Mum. Well, she can't remember what I said anyway. Look, I'll leave you with this one. A lot of friends ask me, so why do you do stand-up? And I figured for 15 years, I spoke my mind and defended myself, and all that got me was a divorce. But at least up here, I can speak my mind and defend myself, and if people leave halfway through, they can't take the house with them. Thank you, everyone. Awesome, man. Thanks, sir.
Let him hear it, that was great.